Call the regular council meeting for the corporation of the town of Cobalt to order on April 28th, 2026 at 6:30 p.m. Disclosure of pecuniary interest and general nature thereof. Any? None? Three public meetings or none. 4 deputations, delegation, there are none. 5, adoption of meeting agenda, draft motion. Be it resolved that council approve the agenda of the regular meeting dated April 28, 2026 as presented. A mover and a seconder. Councillor Anderson and Councillor Starchuk. Any amendments to the agenda? Clarification? Yes, Councillor Hughes?
Yeah, I would like to move the 7.3 Sharp Lake discussion either to closed session or to another date.
Okay, we can address that when we get down to that. And council can make a decision.
Okay.
Anything else? All in favor? Carried. 6, adoption of previous council minutes. Draft motion. Be it resolved that council approve the following minutes as presented. Regular meeting of council, March 31st, 2026. Special meeting of council, April 15th, 2026. A mover and a seconder. Councillor Ward and Councillor Hughes, any discussion on those minutes? Errors, omissions? Okay, all in favor? Carried. Staff reports. Draft motion. Be it resolved that council accept the staff reports as presented. A mover and a seconder. Councillor Hughes, Councillor Starchuk. Discussion. 7.1 library board minutes, January 24th, 2026. Councillor Starchuk.
I just had a resident was brought up something to me. Is why are these so far behind? Like we're April 28th now. It's just being presented as January 24th meeting. I just don't understand why it's so far. 3 months. I'm just curious. As the resident asked me this.
Probably because they have so few people, and it's volunteers that sit on the board, so they don't get the minutes typed up right away.
Yeah, it's just like it's old news by now.
Yeah, and they have to wait until the next meeting to approve those minutes before they can be released.
That answers the question.
We only meet once a month and it's not the same
Yeah.
day.
Okay, Councillor Hughes?
Yes, it was about the library. Just I had a question that I was going to bring up at council, just about the credit card that they're waiting for.
We're still waiting for the bank.
Okay. I told them I'd ask. But she's just still putting it on her card.
Cassie's been bugging her account manager. It's approved. We're just waiting to get it.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Okay. Anything else? 7.2 staff report 2026-04-2801 2026 quarter 1 variance report. Any questions or clarifications required on that? Okay.
Discussion maybe a quick one?
Sorry?
Just a quick discussion about this maybe?
About the variance?
Just a no, like it's pretty kind of like everything's the same, no variables. Maybe we could summarize this in some paper. Like skip like 12 of them if it says all no variances.
Some of us actually like
Group them
to
all
see.
together.
So
Maybe we could group them together, so it doesn't have, save maybe 2 pages.
Just bringing it down at each department so that you know that.
Yeah, I'm good with it. They both pretty much all say the same thing, so.
yeah, well, that's not always the case, unfortunately.
Next time, I'm sure there will be
Yeah.
variances. As the budget
Yeah.
as the budget is spent.
Okay, but we can see if there's any savings in paper there. We only do this 4 times a year, so.
That's not a big one then.
No. 7.3 staff report 2026-04-2802 Sharp Lake Park. That's just the staff report that we're accepting right now.
That's fine.
Any discussion? 7.4 staff report 2026-04-2803 surplus lots 21 North Avenue, 29 Hudson Bay Avenue. Any clarification required on the staff report?
3 of them, wasn't there?
2 of them?
33 properties, I think. 32 Firelight Street as well.
No, that's not listed here on the agenda.
It's on this report. It's on the staff report.
On the staff report. And
32 Pyrite.
32.
32 Pyrite.
so, again, any clarification required on those reports? Okay, 7.5 staff report 2026-04-2804, bylaw 2026-16, election signs bylaw. Any clarification required on the staff report? Okay, all in favor? Items for council consideration. 5.1, Ombudsman Investigation Report Recommendations, draft motion. Whereas council received the Ombudsman Investigation Report at the March 31st, 2026 regular meeting of council, now therefore be it resolved that the council of the corporation of the town of Cobalt adopt the following recommendations to assist the town of Cobalt in fulfilling its obligation under the Municipal Act 2001 and enhancing the transparency of its meetings. All members of council for the town of Cobalt should be vigilant in adhering to their individual and collective obligation to ensure that the municipality complies with its responsibilities under the Municipal Act 2001 and its procedural bylaw. The town of Cobalt should ensure that it provides public notice in advance of all committee meetings and that committee meetings are open to the public, subject to open meeting exceptions in the Municipal Act 2001. 3, the town of Cobalt should assess all advisory groups that are committees to confirm that their procedures comply with the open meeting rules in the Municipal Act 2001. A mover and a seconder. Councillor Anderson and Councillor Lafleur. Any discussion? Councillor Wilcox.
Yes, I'm deeply disappointed that this has come to pass. If council remembers, I did speak against trying to go into some sort of a behind-the-scenes budget approach. And my major complaint is that our integrity commissioner advised council of an alternate plan that might help go around the requirement for transparency. On that basis, I no longer trust her, and I think we should suspend any further participation with her from this date forward and leave it to the new council to pick another one.
Unfortunately, we're required by municipal law to have an integrity commissioner. It's not an option, it's a requirement. And if that's the feeling of council, it can be added to the next meeting and we can address the integrity commissioner issue at the next meeting. This is the ombudsman report that we're addressing today.
Which gives rise to my point.
Okay, so I'm not saying we're not going to discuss it, and just it's not on our agenda. We can add it to the next meeting to be discussed.
That would be acceptable.
Also, I would like to point out that this is how the town has done budgets as long as I've been sitting on council and right up until this year. So obviously we've been contravening because budget meetings have always been done in the office. So it was a learning experience for all of us. So now we just won't do them that way. No decisions were ever made in the budget meetings. It was just preparing the numbers. And then it was brought back to council, and council as a whole made the decisions. I just want the public to be aware of that there was no decisions being made behind closed doors. Okay?
That's why I was really surprised that we got this.
Exactly.
We weren't following the procedural bylaw and what constitutes a committee. So Once we have 2 or more members of council in a group, then it's a committee.
But they were referring to it as an advisory group or something?
And a working group,
A working group? Okay.
yeah. So, because no decisions were being made.
Yeah. We don't make any decisions. Yeah.
Anything else?
Sure. It really, it's the fact that the budget's being discussed in a non-transparent manner that is in contravention of the essence of the municipal act.
Yeah, and I understand that, and that's why we weren't not doing it that way anymore. We didn't do it that way this year. The staff prepared the budget and brought it to council.
So I have a question. So if we did it that way, where it was just like the 2 staff members or whatever doing the budget, would have been fine behind closed doors? Just that we had 2 counselors there, that's what made it kind of wrong? Okay.
It takes the transparency away once council's involved in the process, if it's not open to the public.
Even just the 2 members, right? Okay.
Yeah. And that's why when the staff brings the budget to council, it's done in an open meeting.
Yeah, oh yeah, when we make decisions, I understand.
Councillor Starcheck.
From my understanding, though, doing that budget, there was some sensitive material in there that was, you know, you couldn't discuss, wasn't there?
Yeah, and again, that's why now the staff prepares the budget and they just bring the numbers to council. Councillor
I was
LeFleur.
wondering that it would have been nice to know for myself and Mr. Starchuck that it had to be an open meeting. Obviously, nobody knew about it because, like you said, it was done that way for so many years. Then nobody took up on it and whatnot, so. And we had no inclination of that at all, so we just went and helped in, so, for our defense.
Councillor Hughes.
The ombudsman's letter was responding to budget 2025 anyway, so
Okay.
you partake in the 26 budget.
Just so you
So
know.
it was last year's budget anyways. So you're off the hook.
Thank you.
Anything else? Okay. All in favor? Carried. 8.2 municipal property, Sharp Lake Park. Draft motion, whereas council received staff report 2026-04-2802 with recommendation to declare 5401-000, 45801-000, known as Sharp Lake Park as surplus to municipal needs. Now therefore be it resolved that council declare roll 54-001-000-45801-0000, known as Sharp Lake Park as surplus to municipal needs. A mover and a seconder. Councillor LeFleur, Councillor Anderson, and discussion. Councillor Hughes?
I'd like to see this move to either the closed session, because we've got numbers involved in this, or to another meeting next month or whatever month after that. Just because I'm not happy with the numbers that kind of came back with it.
Yeah, well, this is not something that can be discussed in
That's
closed.
why I close, or we can
It can't be discussed in closed.
discuss municipality properties and things. This isn't a property, we could get away with close, I think, on it.
No, it's public property, so
Okay,
it's
then
got to
I'd
be
like-
discussed in public as public funds.
Okay, I'd like to push it at least the next meeting or the meeting after.
You can make a motion to defer.
Okay, I make a motion to defer.
See, didn't we have a committee that was looking at Sharp Lake Park to decide and make recommendations? I'd really like to hear from them.
Yeah, that committee disbanded because
Okay.
we've lost people and, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So a motion to defer. Do we have to finish the motion on the table first?
No,
No?
No.
you would get a seconder for the motion to defer and then.
Does anybody want a second to defer?
I'll second it.
And all in favor? Or do we want to do a recorded vote on the motion first?
Sure, we can do a recorded vote.
Have a recorded vote? Are you procedural?
I'll just write them.
Yeah, normally we go alphabetically, so don't make me think. I'm just gonna go around the table. Counselor Hughes,
Yes.
4. Counselor Starcheck.
4.
Okay, Counselor Ward.
4.
Counselor LaFleur.
4.
Counselor Anderson. 4. Counselor Wilcox.
4.
All right. And I'm against, I would have liked to have discussed it tonight. Can we give staff direction as to why you want to defer?
Yeah, I want to look into the already surfaced material that's there, and if we can do anything with it. And also I thought the price was a little low.
Okay, but that's something that you'll have to discuss with staff. Staff should be looking into those things. As counselors, that's outside of our role. You can ask questions.
I think Gary is quite within bounds to ask for some kind of an assessment of what's actually on the property.
Yeah. That's
Absolutely.
why I said he can work with staff to get that, yes.
But it should come back to council then when we,
When Cass comes back, I'll talk to it.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying he can't do it. Counselor Wilcox?
just a thought. But rather than selling it, could we try to find a partner to develop it?
Do we have the funds to develop it?
Well, we own the land, so that can be our funds. If we can find a developer like a Coleman or some other individual party.
And the end goal of developing it is,
Oh,
It's money.
well, I'm thinking more in
it's
terms
not our
of
tax roll.
sell individual lots for houses, do a deal with Coleman that because we're putting up the land and selling the land, we get dibs on half the sale price and half the taxes in perpetuity. So that way we have an income that's forever coming in.
It would be nice for the town, for sure.
Okay, there's environmental assessments that need to be done, and right now it's classed as developmental. So you have to submit a subdivision plan if you wanted to do that.
That's when it'd
Which
be nice
is
to have Coleman as a partner.
quite expensive to do. That has nothing to do with Coleman, that has to do with the ministry that you have to submit that plan to. But it's questions that we can ask the staff to look into and bring back to council, some answers,
Thank you.
and see
That's good.
what happens. Okay? Anything else?
Not from me, gosh.
Any other questions? Okay. So we'll defer this, and Councillor Hughes and Councillor Wilcox, if you want to send emails to the staff about what your questions are.
Sure.
Okay. 8.0, oh, sorry, did we, okay, so all in favor? No, we
Yeah,
deferred that already.
Deferred that.
Yeah, we
Sorry.
deferred that.
8.3, Cobalt, Paula Penna, Library Board vacancy. Is it Paula Penna or Paula Penna? Paul.
Paul would
Penna.
prefer that you call him by the right.
Yes, I
That's why I'm clarifying before I call somebody by the wrong name. Draft motion.
Paula?
Cobalt Paul Penna, Library Board vacancy.
It's Paul, not Paula, sorry.
Yes, it's Paul.
I just want to make
Draft.
sure I know.
Whereas council received notice of 2 vacancies for the Cobalt Paul Penna Library Board, be it resolved that council declare 2 vacant seats for Cobalt Public Library Board and direct staff to advertise. And further, that members of the public are invited to apply. A mover and a seconder. Councillor Anderson and Councillor Wilcox. Any discussion? Councillor Anderson.
Yeah, excuse me, I just like to congratulate Bonnie, the CEO, her staff, and the board for the marvelous work they've done over the last 3 years, bringing this library back to something really, really important. Talked to a lot of people around. It is the best library in the district. They worked on a shoestring. They have so much there for children, so you'll find children in there all the time, except when they should be in school. They developed, like the Easter egg hunt was 88 people there for that. And I met 2 families. They were reasonably new to Cobalt and never been in the library before. And they were just like, oh my goodness, we didn't know about this. There's crafts, there's games, there's the computers, there's all sorts of things for the kids to do. There's always a jigsaw puzzle. And so once you get the kids coming in and they're drawn for other things, they do fall over a few books and start to read too. And they've done, that group, staff and the board have done that all on a shoestring through donations and everything. So I really want to congratulate them. They haven't got the praise they deserve. They've really, really made it into a super, super library in the last 3 years. And anyone else I've asked in other towns has said, our library doesn't do this, doesn't do that. Whoever heard of a library staff taking kids out to the park, once a week in the summer and doing other activities that have nothing to do with library or books, just making activities for the kids during the summer too. So they've really pushed and pushed. They're a great staff. Kids love it, and the kids are so well behaved in there because they know it's a real treasure that they got.
We'll make sure I pass it on next meeting.
Yes.
Yeah, and I was going to bring that up during the mayor's report. I did. Councillor Sarchuk?
There's also the crocheting that's going on for ladies.
Oh, yeah. Yes, sorry. There are adult things in there. There's knitting and crochet group. There's an adult readers group, book club, that's what they're called, stuff like that. So there's things there for adults, and any adults that come in will find if there's a group of kids in there doing things, the kids have gently been trained that, okay, quiet it down, stay in the other end, so you're not disturbing the others. So they have learned that, and I have never heard staff say a sharp word to them about enough or settle down or anything like that. They come in, they do their crafts, they go into this giant craft cupboard that those of us that have extra crafts left over that we're never going to get to use in our lifetime, we just keep bringing them in. Go in the cupboard, they grab things out, they make whatever craft they want to, and when they're done, they clean up and put things away. And if they really don't want to take their craft home, well, there's another shelf there. They can leave their craft there and sell it to anyone else that comes in. Or, oh, geez, sometimes I think some things are all of $1, and that's all donated back to the library. So they're using all sorts of ways, and it's just fantastic.
Since we're talking about the library, I had that we got the 3D printer up and running now, so that's quite exciting for the kids. They like that.
Oh, yeah. And the
keychains and sell off keychains and things like that.
And they're getting the robot Legos. They got that was one of the 4 grants that they got. Yeah, there's 4 grants in the works right now. And they got the one for the robot Legos, and I don't know what the other 3 grants are for. But,
So bottom line, our library is a very exciting place. for people
a
to
very,
go.
very, very exciting place, yes. So congratulations to all of them. And that includes the student volunteers I see in there, some of which may be getting their hours for high school. Others are just there, people popping in to help out. Yeah.
Okay. So anything else? All in favor? Carried. 8.4, tender to purchase municipal surplus lot 21 North Avenue. Staff report 2026-04-2803. Draft motion, whereas at the regular council meeting on September 19th, 2023, council declared 21 North Avenue as surplus and be advertised for sale. And whereas a tender has been received. Now therefore be it resolved that council approve the sale of 21 North Avenue to Nick Douglas for the sum of $14,000 plus applicable legal fees and direct staff to proceed with the necessary documents. Mover and a seconder. Councillor Hughes and Councillor Lafleur, any discussion? All in favor? Carried. 8.5, tender to purchase municipal surplus lot 29 Hudson Bay Road. Staff report 2026-04-2803. Draft motion, whereas at the regular council meeting on October 14th, 2025, council declared 29 Hudson Bay Road as surplus and be advertised for sale. And whereas a tender has been received, now therefore be it resolved that council approve the sale of 29 Hudson Bay Road to Joshua Giroux for the sum of $10,200 plus applicable legal fees and direct staff to proceed with the necessary documents. A mover and a seconder. Councillor Starchuk and Councillor Anderson, any discussion? All in favor? Carried. 8.6, tender to purchase municipal surplus lot 32 Pyrite Street North. Staff report 2026-04-2803. Draft motion. Whereas at the regular council meeting on September 19, 2023, council declared 32 Pyrite Street North as surplus and be advertised for sale. And whereas a tender has been received. Now therefore be it resolved that council approve the sale of 32 Pyrite Street to Ryan McDonald for the sum of $14,000 plus applicable legal fees and direct staff to proceed with the necessary documents. A mover and a seconder. Councillor Hughes and Councillor Lafleur. Any discussion? Councillor Wilcox.
Just a query. I got a call from a resident asking if that property was advertised as being fully serviced because the water and sewer terminate before that property.
No, it was not.
It was advertised, but let the real estate agent know to take that off.
Yeah, the real estate agent.
The buyer's aware of the.
Okay, that was my question. Yeah. Okay.
As we
It was a mistake in
stumble
the real
over our words.
It was the real estate listing was.
As long as he was aware.
So the buyer.
The real estate agent clarified it with the buyer. Okay, any other questions, concerns? All in favor? Carried. Items for council information, there are none. Bylaws and agreements, 10.1, bylaw number 2026-16, election signs bylaws. Related staff report 2026-04-2804. Draft motion, whereas council received staff report 2026-04-2804. Now therefore be it resolved that bylaw number 2026-16 being a bylaw to regulate election signs within the town of Cobalt be taken as read a first, second, and third time this 28th day of April 2026. And further that the said bylaw be signed and sealed by the mayor and clerk. A mover and a seconder. Councillor Lafleur and Councillor Starchuk. Any discussion? Councillor Wilcox.
Yeah, I got a few questions. Firstly, I think getting into part 7 on page 2, no election signs shall be placed on municipal property, municipal buildings, parks, facilities, or any municipal infrastructure. That does not specify municipal land. So am I to understand that signs are now will be allowed on municipal land?
Can you clarify that?
Well,
I'm trying to find that, but I missed.
Yeah. That was in the last one.
Yeah, should have been municipal property, not municipal property and infrastructure.
Municipal property, municipal buildings, parks, facilities, or any municipal infrastructure. And I'm sorry, what was it?
If it was prohibited,
Municipal land, yes.
Oh, because it's not listed here.
it should be municipal property also. Should be on here.
So that'll have to be amended or changed.
I would, if you're going to change it, then I would vote against that. And because I fully support having signs on municipal land.
Yeah, and we have in the past.
Yeah,
We put it on the side of the roads and that's all municipal. Yeah,
oh, we can leave it.
That's a.
I would leave it.
If you want to
what-
leave it,
I'm
that's
sorry. Finish, Joe.
Can I just finish?
Yeah, that's what I just said. Sorry,
Thank you.
finish.
Parks, I would ask that that be amended to read Legion and Drummond Parks. I asked last time we were here about the area across the street from the post office where we have the little mind frame and the pictures, but nobody could tell me if that was designated as a park. In any event, it is and always has been a significantly attractive place to put signs, being directly across from the post office, and that gives it very, very high productivity as far as reaching voters go. So I would like to leave that spot available. The other two parks, absolutely, they don't need to have signs on them. So that's a motion to amend if there's a seconder.
I'll second it, yeah. I put my signs there
We'll
last year.
specify the parks where we don't allow them.
Or we can just specify, well, that's not really a park across the street from the town hall, I don't think, but. We can put that down specifically, it's allowed there.
It's not a park, it still must be municipal land, is it not?
Well, it's municipal land, but municipal land's not prohibited. Municipal parks are prohibited.
Most of Cobalt's municipal land. It's hard to find.
That's what I've been wanting to say. Everything that someone doesn't own, private property, everything else in this town is municipal land, so you can't just do it that way. We have one bylaw for many, many years on the books that I argued on it, and the mayor at the time, after I was the only dissent on the thing, said, technically, English language wise, the way that was written, yeah.
My main concern running the election,
Yeah,
my major concern is around the polling station on election day.
Yes.
Should be
absolutely.
That's my major concern.
Mhm.
And I think we're all fine with that.
That
Yeah,
should be
we're all
nothing
fine.
I was going to get to that next.
Okay.
On page 3, we have a picture of the polling station, and that, well, I would note, first of all, it's described as a circle, but the circle's got an E in it, and I'm going to guess that the E is meant to note that it's more of an ellipse than a circle. So you got both in with one word? Is that?
I think we were
That's-
trying to play with that, but as far as I'm concerned, if I'm running the election, if I step outside the polling station and I can see an election sign, I'm gonna take it down. I'm not gonna worry about the circle.
The only thing I was going to suggest is if you put 2 straight lines down to finish off the parking lot in that picture.
Yeah, I think we had a hard time just really.
Yeah,
Yeah, but if you did that, you'd end up with a head like a cartoon character out of it, but none of it would enclose all of the property of the polling station, which I think is what we wanted to do.
but in the way that it's, the bylaw is written up, like that came from last month. That one, the way it's written up, it's, the signs within proximity to voting place, not within 50 meters. So outside of 50 meters in the way the bylaw that we're being presented tonight.
That's 100 foot
That's
It's 100 feet.
It's 100 feet, which
Yeah.
would be like a.
Whereas that's what was given to us a month ago, and we decided we wanted to discuss it more tonight. So
Yeah, it's 100 feet,
Yeah.
not.
in the
Just the
bylaw,
cir-
it's
Just
good.
pretend the circle's not there.
Yeah.
We can take the circle, it's easier to take it off than, maybe measure 100 feet. If I can see it from the polling station, I'll just ask for it. I'll take it down myself, actually.
Unless it's on
It's
Jim's
always-
fence.
Well, if it's outside the 100 feet, though, you can't.
No, but if it's not close to the polling station.
Because Counselor Starchuck lives down there.
Oh, I know.
And
But it's
if
private
he puts
property.
his sign up past 100 feet, you can't have it removed.
Yeah.
That's private property though.
We'll be walking around with the measuring tape.
Counselor Starchuck?
I have some clarification as to why this has to be that way. I mean, sign on election day.
Last minute influence.
They go, yeah, but some people are going there that, hey, let's get people out the vote. And they go, well, I don't
It's a
know,
weird
vote.
one.
Where there's a sign right there. It is someone.
They remember the last thing they see.
Yeah, it does. I got the last thing they're seeing reminding.
Yeah, so there's a reason.
Counselor, okay, hang on before this turns into a free-for-all, please. Counselor Anderson.
Okay, the reason why we've always had that municipally is because that's the same way the directions are written up for provincial and federal elections. So we're just following provincial and federal regulations as well. I worked many elections, and that's the way it's always been. So we town, like municipal, we've always just followed that as a general procedure.
As a candidate votes, you can't hang around a polling station. Well, no one can hang around a polling station because you want to be undue influence on the electorate, which would, I guess that's what the signs would do.
Okay, so can we do an amendment to outline which parks the signs are prohibited in?
Yeah.
And bring this back to the next meeting?
Plan.
That was, I think, the only thing. Am I missing anything?
No.
We answered the elliptical circle thing.
Yes.
Fine. I didn't mind it at all. I just wanted little two things to include
Yeah,
first the parking lot.
the bottom line, if it's within 100 feet, it has to be removed
I
on
think that's
election
beyond
day or
their
advance.
capability to.
Yeah. Was there anything else?
I'm just wondering as to the timing when signs can be erected. I presume they have to wait until the writ drops.
Yeah.
Before they can go up. When does the writ drop?
Nomination day is November,
November.
May 1st, sorry, May 1st, and it closes August 22nd, I think. It's in the election handbook.
Yeah.
It's the 20th.
Yeah,
I think you're allowed like 3 weeks or something, I think, before the election, something weird like that.
that's what I was going to suggest. Like, could we do it like after the long weekend in September that they can erect signs? Because I don't know about you guys, but I hate seeing signs during the summertime.
Okay.
I think there is a rule where you can't do it. I remember when I got my signs, I was a week late getting them.
Everyone will get a council handbook. And,
Yeah.
I can't remember 4 years ago.
I can't remember every rule. We only do it every 4 years. So
Yeah,
That's an
I can't remember
idea.
the exact
you know.
dates.
but I would
Wait
like
till
to do that.
fall.
It gives them a month, which, till voting day kind of a thing. And that should be enough. And we don't have to trip over them in August or whatever.
And move them and cut the grass.
Yeah,
So amend it to say that signs cannot go up until after Labor Day weekend?
yes. That would be my thought. Throw that in there somewhere.
Put a specific date on it.
Well, I just leave it as Labor Day because it's a very year to
That's
year.
right, yeah.
There's already a set date for the process.
Yeah, I believe there is.
I don't think we can change that.
I'm not sure. I haven't seen that set date anywhere already. That's why I was
Can you look
wondering.
into that?
I'll
And,
look at,
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I had to look
I can't remember off the
because
top
I
of my
wasn't
head.
sure when I ran.
Mhm.
And I believe there was a date in there
Yeah.
already.
I don't know. I seem to recall everybody just waited for the first sign to go up and then everybody went up.
That's probably the way it goes.
Yeah,
Well,
Usually the way it is.
first person usually checked into it.
pretty much.
But yeah, if
We'll-
you can
we'll add
find
the
that
dates to the
information.
side. Have to be erected a certain date and they have to be removed a certain date after the election.
Yeah, we may as well spell it out and make it as simple as possible for people who are running.
Mhm.
And then it takes the guesswork out of it. Yeah.
That, and if you're a candidate, going around putting your signs back up again when the wind blows them down.
Or blows them away, yeah, yes.
I just had a question too. What
Try
if
and get them in somebody.
Well, I think the public needs to be aware that it is it's actually an offense to vandalize anybody's sign.
That's what I was gonna ask.
Get caught.
What is the punishment for that crime?
Probably OPP.
Yeah, I believe it's a
It's not a
provincial
bylaw.
offense.
15 years in prison.
It's a provincial offense.
It's provincial events.
I know it was,
I don't
because
know.
it was happening
Tamper
last
with election
elections.
signs.
Certain people were getting their signs.
Veronica were blown away.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's not, yeah. We're not gonna digress into that discussion. Okay, so, we'll bring this back on the next, meeting. Okay. 10.2, deferred until the next meeting as well. It's the bylaw number 2026-18, elections policy bylaw. So I amend to defer this motion to the next meeting.
Mhm.
All right, can I get a seconder?
Right.
Councilor Anderson, all in favor? Okay, deferred. 11, unfinished business, candidate day committee. Staff has received one application to date. So I'm going to speak on,
Could we go back to 10.2 for just a sec?
yes?
Only because I noticed that last month I asked to see the bylaw that we had for the previous election, and Carrie had mentioned we didn't have one, and yet I see on the front page on number 2, it says bylaw 22-10 as amended is hereby repealed, and I still haven't seen it. So could we have that provided, please?
Can it be sent out to all of council?
Bylaw 26-18, front page, item 2. Under the now therefore.
On this one?
Number 2 there? Is that what you're talking about, Doug? Number 2?
That's,
2210?
This is
Yeah.
the
that's election policy.
Yes,
Yeah, but we deferred.
but I asked to see it.
I believe,
That
yeah.
was signs. Sorry.
Well, we did the elections bylaw and the signs, we deferred both.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this bylaw wasn't brought to council last month. The election policy was separate.
But I had asked to see.
Yeah, so can we
Election
get
policy?
the old bylaw sent out to council or included in the package for the next meeting, as well as the new one?
Quite simply, I will never repeal something that I haven't read and seen.
Just, you can get it under our bylaws as well, online.
Possibly.
Mhm.
We'll send it out.
So. Okay. So 11, unfinished business, 11.1, candidate day committee. Staff has received one application to date. Okay, I'm going to speak on this. I'm very disappointed because everybody complains to me about how things aren't the same as they used to be, and we've tried really hard the last 2 candidate days to make candidate day better and more about the kids. And it's not going to happen with only one volunteer. And the one volunteer is the Golden Age Club. We asked for a member from different services for the committee. And to date, it's only the Golden Age Club. Mark Ziller is the only applicant that we have had. Candidate Day is fast approaching. We definitely can't plan a parade with one volunteer. So unless we get more people that step up to the plate, Candidate Day will be Mayor's Breakfast this year, and that's pretty much it. Unless we can get some volunteers. Because myself and one volunteer can't do it. Councillor Anderson,
Okay, I saw Angie for just a few minutes on Friday night, and she's ready and willing to go ahead and, jump in with the planning like she did last year. It's normal Cobalt reticence, that you don't put your hand up and come to a meeting ahead of time. Joey is all gung ho in there, he's got different ideas, and what he will be doing. Of course, Golden Age Club is planned, and I spoke to the committee, the business committee that's going to be putting on business thing this fall.
Okay, so we need one person to
I spoke
coordinate
to
all
them
this.
last night and told them to let either me or Angie know if they wanted to be part of it, so that we could get them in for advertising in time. So I'm doing my best to push around the circles.
You're gonna be the go-to person to,
I guess,
coordinate everything?
I will go to Angie and.
because the town needs to be
I know.
aware so that we
I'm
can,
aware, yes.
so that we know what's happening, so that we can put it on the flyer.
But they do this every year, twist, yeah.
The fire department needs to be.
Yeah, fire department, Joey says, well, the fire department does the parade, and technically, yes, fire department is the one that organizes.
They organize the
who's where.
vehicles part of it,
That's
but they
right.
don't organize the walkers.
That's right.
So,
Yeah, and I always organize the walkers with Angie's help. So we will get there. Yeah.
Could I make it official and move that Pat be our council's committee chairman for the Canada Day celebrations?
I'm okay with that, if she's okay with that.
Oh, I'd like Angie to be the chairman of.
Okay.
I turned it over to Angie last year and she said yes. She was good. So it's
Last
just
year,
a matter of
So
giving people a push and saying, hey, this is coming soon.
Okay, so can we communicate with Angie about getting this in writing to the town
I just
office?
need a phone
and then
number
we
for
can
it.
appoint her.
Yeah.
Meeting.
And to remember that this will be our 120th birthday this year. And I reminded the business group is going to be putting on their thing about the 120 years. Even though we can't do it on that magic date of December 29th, it's
Little cold.
bad timing on the town fathers for signing the documents, but between Christmas and New Year's.
So you'll continue to coordinate
I
with
will
Angie?
continue to push and coordinate as best I can, yeah.
We just thought that a
I know.
committee would work better because then everybody could be pulled together in one
Yes.
place, but obviously that's not going to work. Because it would be nice that everybody worked together and we weren't duplicating anything. So yeah, if we have you as the central, and then communicate with the office once everything's decided, and we can get a flyer done up and get it circulated.
Yeah, I need Angie and a couple of others in there making the plan. I have a very busy 2-3 months coming up.
I'll help out where I can.
We'll
My-
put the brain to work anyway.
I do have my physical limitations. So.
I can take over some overflow. If you have something else, I can do something. Yes. If you have
Jim's a good worker. He helps out with the
Yes,
mayor's
and-
breakfast each year.
Yes, and you're a main helper there, so I will stick you down and.
Hey, maybe we can put you on a float with
And the
an
Golden Age is
electric piano.
expecting to do breakfast. And since, for the dinner next month, we're planning on if we can get it, the big bucket of ice cream, so all the rest of that ice cream will be handed out on, like we did last year on Canada Day. So it's, bits and pieces are coming together, it's just, every year, that's Cobalt, that's the way.
Yeah, but unless the office
We do
gets
or don't
feed.
organize.
Well,
And then, yeah, and I'm pushing people this year, you tell me ahead of time, I think we have to set a date. You haven't said anything by that point, you're not on the advertising. I remember back with Miners Festival. That's what we had to do, was set a date. You don't speak up, by that point, you're not on the advertising period.
Well, and unless the office is made aware of it, the
That's
office
right.
has no way of knowing what's happening for Canada Day.
We'll
So
do our best.
the only information I've been getting is we've had one applicant. That's
Yeah.
it. Other than that, nobody has breathed a word to me.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I'm glad to hear that there are
It's
things
getting-
happening.
Yeah, there are things happening.
Very much appreciated, Councillor Anderson.
Mm.
Okay, 12, new business. 12.1, schedule of accounts, draft motion. Be it resolved, the council receives the following schedules as presented. Schedule number 2026-05 in the amount of $252,028.34. A mover and a seconder. Councillor Wilcox and Councillor Hughes. Any discussion, clarification? Councillor Hughes?
Line 12196, Northern Industrial Environmental Supply. Fire department handheld flashlights, $5,311. Now, what's the usage on that? Is that gonna be something for 5 or 6 or 10 years? Or is this gonna be, that's a lot of flashlights.
So part of the budget.
Do we have any, like, what are the last like any flashlights?
Obviously, unless about doing this for each member. So
And I haven't seen them on the schedule of accounts in the last 8 years.
It's like $200 each.
$200 each.
They have to be able to withstand the heat and everything else.
The heat being dropped, bang.
they have their fire protection grant money they can use.
Mhm.
Just on our budget, that's all. I was just wondering.
Anything else? Anybody else? Okay, all in favor? Carried. 13, mayor's report. Just a reminder that the dedication ceremony for the memorial bench for David Bridges is going to be on Saturday, May 16th at 11 a.m. And Sue has invited anybody who wants to speak a piece of poetry, that they're more than welcome to do so. So just, yeah.
For sure.
I think this is a good way to acknowledge somebody who was referred to as Mr. Cobalt quite often. So he was always about bringing cobalt to everybody's mind and different ways through the arts, and poetry being his main one.
And all over the country.
And all over the country.
Wherever he worked.
Okay. And other than that, that's all I have, because we've already spoken about everything else that was on my list. Okay, closed meeting, draft motion. Be it resolved that council convene in closed session as per section 239 of the Municipal Act 2001 as amended, in order to address a matter pertaining to subsection 2D, labor relations or employee negotiations. A mover and a seconder. Councillor Anderson and Councillor Lafleur, all in favor? Carried. Just a reminder to the public that we will not be resuming the video recording after the closed meeting. Sorry?
Or broadcast.
Or broadcasting.
Mhm.